Welcome back. Well, if you're looking for good concealed carry, maybe a second backup arm, look no further than Bond Arms. I'm here with Gordon, and Gordon, you guys never sit still, always forward looking, always surprising us, and this year's no different. Tell us a little bit about what we have.
Okay, so basically a lot of people, a lot of you guys out there are probably familiar with our Snake Slayer. It's been around a long, long time. Beautiful gun, has the extended wood grip, the polish and everything else. So this gun is basically about a $600 gun. And so a lot of people over the years have just been after us to, hey, if you made it, a smaller, lighter, less expensive gun, that would really help. And so right before COVID, in 2019, we came up with what we call the Rough Series gun, which is basically a roughed out Bond. And so one of the things that we did was, instead of all the high finish polish that we would do on these guns to make them beautiful, we went through, we said, well, let's do the minimum deburr and finishing and see what we come up with and see if it still looks good. And so we came up with a Rowdy, and basically this one, we can build 4 of these to 1 of these. Wow. Yeah, so an amazing difference on just the amount of time that we had to spend on it. So we were able to drop the price.
Still a good looking gun too.
Oh, absolutely. And so, a $600 gun, $299. And so these things took off like a rocket ship. And we have another model with a 2.5-inch barrel called the Roughneck, and basically it's $269. And you can't do the 410 in it because the barrel's too short, but you can still do 9mm, 38 special, all those type of rounds. And so the next step of what we've done is we did really good with these the last couple of years. A lot of you guys may have these. And what we found is that people would buy these, and this would be their first introduction to a Bond, and go, wow, love the quality so much. Now I want one of the fancy ones. And so we appreciate that, guys. Yeah, because our sales for our polished guns didn't go down. And we thought, hey, this is going to scavenge it because of the price point. But people, it introduced so many more people to our product that then they wanted one of the fancy guns. So that's been really cool. So this one is a pretty thick gun, and a lot of people were after us to make a thinner, lighter gun. And so we came up with the Stinger, which if you can see the difference here, it's half the width and just nearly half the weight. Initially, we started out with a aluminum framed version of that, which some people might have seen us promoting that. We had a lot of supply chain issues getting the parts in for the aluminum frame. It was a sort of a real pain to work with, and we couldn't get our volumes up. And so we started working on a full stainless steel version of it, which is just like our regular stainless steel, except thinner. So we just got this finished. These guns should start shipping before July 1st. And the aluminum framed one was, its suggested retail price is $379. The new stainless steel one's going to be $279. And so we're expecting these to be just, these ought to do really well. It looks really good, really thin. When you put it in your pocket, it doesn't profile at all. Lighter weight. It's going to be 9mm and 380, and really cool gun. We've already got holsters for it ready to go, and a lot of buzz going on about this right now.
And probably the safest gun on the market as well, isn't it?
It's really tough. Yeah. So one thing I was just showing you a minute ago. This was our mule gun. This is what we did all of our testing with, and you can see it's got black marks on it, and we engraved some of the things that we did to it. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure this was as tough as nails as our other guns. And so in the industry, a lot of manufacturers will use proof loads to test their gun before they ship them out. Yeah, bigger load. So just to give you an idea, 9mm, I'm going from my memory, so if I say a little bit off on the pressure, don't worry about it. But the normal 9mm PSI is about 35,000. Plus P is about 38,000 PSI. So, I mean, some pretty high price range. And so a proof load is 48,000 PSI. So, I mean, it's a major jump over that. So what they use that for is to really test the pressure of the gun, make sure it's going to hold up, the metal's going to, hold up and everything else. So me being the way I am and Bond Arms being the way they are, what we did was we ran 100 proof loads through this to start. And so I wanted to see if we could blow up the gun. And so we did 100 proof loads. It was like, wow, this thing doesn't have it's holding up great. So then we ran 2,500 rounds through it. Then we ran 100 plus P rounds through it. And we went, oh yeah, I think we're on to something here.
Wow.
And so just a beast of a little gun, only 16 ounces and only $279.
That is amazing. And, you know, it really doesn't surprise me coming out of Bond Arms because, as I mentioned, you guys are always looking forward, and this is evidence of that. And, Gordon, with that said right now, I know you have to have the attention. All of our viewers out there wanting to get one of these in their hands, what's the best way for them to learn more about all your guns?
You can go to bondarms.com, or you can call customer service at 817-573-4445. You know, if you're looking for one of these, they're going to be starting to ship here really soon, so you might just let your dealers know that you want to order one. And we're going to be getting these out to the distributors as quick as we can around the end of June, 1st of July.
Excellent. Gordon, thank you so much for being on.
Appreciate it. All right, thank you.